Good morning, everybody. I think we'd all agree that rivers, particularly the big ones, are really important. They act as borders, they're used for transportation, and they're also the routes for military movement. And it was on this date in 1529, on October 15, that the Ottoman Turks, who had been coming up the Danube River to invade Europe, were stopped at Vienna and had to end their siege and retreat. The Danube River rises in the Black Forest in southwestern Germany and makes its way east and ends in the Black Sea. And we've not been to the source in the Black Forest, but there's a monument there, a marker where two different rivers come together to start the Danube as it makes its long trip. Across that part of Europe, lots of great cities like Vienna, Belgrade, Budapest, and so on and so forth. And when it ends at the Black Sea, it's this huge delta, which is still quite pristine, I guess. One of its cool features is the Iron Gate Gorge. This is an 80-mile pass between two mountain ranges. And another thing that was done years ago was make a canal that connects the Danube to the Rhine through the main river. So it'd be possible to get on a boat in Romania and go all the way up to the North Sea. So that would be cool. So during the Roman times, the Danube acted as one of the northern borders of the Roman Empire. And many of those great cities have Roman ruins and a Roman name, a Latin name. So by the time of our story, the early 1500s, there are a lot of players in Europe, and notice in the lower right you have the Ottoman Empire that's basically occupying Bulgaria, Romania, Greece today. And here's what it looked like more or less at that time period. You can see it's in North Africa, and it's edging its way up toward Austria and Hungary. Now in 1453, the Ottoman Turks had defeated the Greeks up in Constantinople, Istanbul today. The Eastern Roman Empire fell. And one of the players at our time period is the House of Habsburg. The green is the land owned by the House of Habsburg, and their ruler was Charles V. Pictured here, he lived only 58 years, but was a player in lots of important things in Europe at the time, including the Reformation. So when Martin Luther, pictured here, did the 95 Theses in 1517, Charles V was only 17 years old, and he had to deal with the Reformation and its fallout, so he wasn't able to fight at Vienna. But Suleiman the Magnificent, pictured here, actually was at Vienna, and he was there during the bombardment. And in this painting of the bombardment of Vienna, you can see him in the front on a white horse. So Charles V wasn't here, but lots of mercenaries were here and other people. And our event, October 15, 1529, they had to withdraw. And it wasn't long after that the Ottomans got another big defeat on the water. This naval battle at Lepanto off the coast of Italy was a big loss. So for hundreds of years, there's going to be a lot of tension in the Balkans, partly because you've got Western Christianity, you've got Eastern Christianity, you've got Islam, and all these people are next to each other and rivals, and they want to have their own countries. And this is part of the context of the shot that started World War I in Sarajevo, pictured here. Again, the Balkans, that part of Europe, very unstable. So if you look at the map of the lineup of World War I, you'll notice you've got the Ottoman Turkish Empire and you have the Austria-Hungarian Empire, and these will disappear in 1918, the end of that era. So we've not been to Vienna, but there you can see ruins that go back to that time period. For instance, here's one of the old fortifications from the Middle Ages, and all throughout that part of Europe you can see ruins of Ottoman architecture, like this fort in Albania. And various cities have mosques that are still up, and for instance in Thessalonica, Greece, you can see this white tower which the Ottomans used. A reminder of the historical complexity of that region.